So got to attribute this PowerPoint to Kate, who is on the call with us, but has some pretty sick puppies and wants to kind of participate while she's caring for them. So sending well wishes to Kate's puppies right now and hoping they're doing well. So this PowerPoint is really created for you as a PAX partner to have like a session during a parent night. So if you have parents coming to the school, you know, asking your principal, can I have, you know, like a good amount of time to talk to parents about PAX and what PAX is and what we're doing at school and what they can bring home. We'll probably, if this continues, this kind of quarantine time, social isolation time, we'll probably do a very specific Zoom session on PAX at home, which you can share information with your parents on that. So this will just have a little bit of touching on that. So this PowerPoint is really, I can go back to the first thing, is for a parent night. You know, hey, this is PAX for parents. You know, what is PAX and what are we doing in our school that can help you be informed about carrying it forward at home. So each of these pictures kind of shows what PAX is. And like you could see, there's cooperation, there's pro-social behavior, self-regulation. You can see a lot of joy on these children's faces. There's helping each other out. There's just a lot of really great, you know, working together and collaboration happening in these photos. But of course, we know that PAX is about self-regulation. Hold on, I'm just gonna move you guys down here. Great. So it's about building self-regulation in young people by creating shared relational frames with adults and peers. It reinforces desirable behaviors and inhibits unwanted behaviors. Children develop agency and command to delay gratification and reduce impulsivity. Increases pro-social behavior and self-regulation. Paves the way for remarkably better academic, behavioral, and lifetime outcomes. And develops and strengthens peer networks to improve relationships in the future. So this kind of explains to parents, you know, what is self-regulation and how does it affect the student, and why you as a school want to focus on not just behavior management in the classroom, but this more in-depth reason to practice PAX, which will help students later in life make better choices, have better academic outcomes, and just reduce their impulsivity as they get older. And then, of course, PAX is a social and emotional learning practice as well. It engages students in co-creating expectations and developing shared relational frames. Children can begin to recognize their own thoughts and feelings, as well as regulate their own emotions and behaviors. It improves awareness for the needs of others and helps to improve peer support by developing and maintaining positive relationships with others. Helps children and choices in order to live peaceful, productive, healthy, and happy lives. So social emotional learning is a really big thing in New Mexico right now, as you all know, I'm sure. So PAX is a great way. If you're already doing PAX, you're probably already meeting that need that PED really put in the forefront of their objectives this year and onward. So PAX is a social emotional learning technique and really creates those pro-social dynamics and make sure that we're building positive relationships that are collaborative. And a big part of engaging that co-creative piece is the vision, right? So you know, having a vision where the kids are participating in it really creates that pro-social and emotional safety that can be created here. And then, of course, we know that PAX is trauma-informed care, which kind of makes it different than any other school-based learning that we do, or school-based programs that are out there. So it creates that nurturing environment that is so important, and kind of changes the dynamic within a classroom. It allows young people to develop pro-social behaviors in a safe setting, far from the predatory environments that encourage antisocial behavior. Provides teachers with research-based strategies shown to support development and prevent the re-traumatization of children who have been exposed to trauma, and allows students to co-create consistent expectations and summon peer support in creating a nurturing environment. This is a big part of what I know that we all like to talk about, how trauma-informed care is so important in our implementation of PACS. And the nurturing environment piece is a huge part of that. And all the kernels and cues really fall into everything that contributes to trauma-informed care. So there's lots of research that is done on all those kernels and cues that talk about how it changes brain science, right? Brain chemistry in a child, so that we're looking at if they are traumatized, how can we heal that? What are we doing to the brain with these kernels and cues to change that?
And Michelle, I just want to reflect real quick on that. And being a SAT coach and working with kids at tier 2 level, I do see a lot of that trauma at home, and kids come to school and things that they see at home, that's kind of how their behavior is. And this is something that I try to tell the teachers, stay with PACS, keep working with PACS. You're just reteaching their way of their behavior. And I guess a lot of teachers are not still not following, actually utilizing PACS in the classroom. And, and I do see a lot of that. And when we actually do the observing and really do the child study on this particular students, I really see a lot of things that they do come from trauma homes coming to the school. And right now we're dealing with a kindergartner that is behaving to the point where he throws chairs, throws the desk, pushes the desk, and he wants to fight the teacher and the students. So, but the teacher is not utilizing PACS. So I'm just curious at how do they go about that? And I mean, I'm thinking it's because they're not very, they're not either trained, and when they were there, they just didn't listen in the training, or they just don't believe in PACS because they've never really tried, And on the other hand, I do see some schools that have actually used PACS, and they see the reduction of behavior, especially, even their spleen counting. So, there's no way you can convince them that, because they don't believe it. They just think we're just talking.
That's true. we are hearing this a lot on our calls as well. And so I think we want to create probably in an upcoming Zoom call, something to talk about buy-in and how to really engage more teachers in the practice who are not doing it.
If I could just add something, one of the things that we talked about with one of our teachers, we have a student that sounds a lot like yours, very aggressive, and we put those interventions into our SAT plan. And so initially the teacher, if it's a teacher like you're talking about that doesn't have that buy-in and doesn't believe in it, that might be one of the first steps, is that, this is an intervention that we're committing to, and that might be the gateway. It's something that they have to do because it's an intervention that we're committing to looking at, but maybe as they start implementing it, it could grow on them. I don't know.
I think so. I think from what I'm hearing, and we really haven't created a BIP on the student yet. We're just kind of at the beginning process, and then we have our big long break, and we have all this interruption. So, but anyway, we have not created a BIP, but when we do create a BIP, I'm going to push him a little harder in making sure that he utilizes PACS in the classroom. So maybe from there on, I might need you guys' support for that, Michelle or
Mhm.
Hillary or Kate, and have, and this is out at the Newcomb schools. So maybe you guys can come in, you really do a lot, actually help the teachers with a lot of support. It's so hard for me sometimes because I get called to so many meetings, I can't really stay there and actually be in the classroom to do a lot of supporting. So
Mhm.
we might actually need your help on that.
Yeah, that I mean, we're here to help however we can. So, um, I'm just gonna turn back to the parent night piece,
Okay.
and we can have more discussions as this goes on. So again, this slideshow is really for you guys as partners to present at a parent night, if if and when that happens in the future, um, and just sharing pieces about what PAX is. So another piece about PAX is the predict, monitor, reflect piece, which is essentially the foundation of all the kernels and cues. It's all about predicting, monitoring, and reflecting. So we're asking students to think about what they want this activity to look like, what they want the transition to look like, what they should be doing, what are the PAX behaviors, and even what are the spleens they might see during this time. And then as they continue on to the activity, it's like the teacher is monitoring what's happening, offering verbal praise when needed, and specific behaviors that are being observed, and reinforcing that. So it's really focusing on the positive when they're monitoring it, rather than focusing on the stop that behavior. It's like, wow, I love the PAX leader I'm seeing over here. And then reflecting back when the activity is over, allowing students to have some time to say, well, what were some spleens we saw? What were some really great PAX behaviors that happened during that time? How do we make this better next time? Oops. Oh, don't know what happened there. Hold on one second. Where am I? There we go. So then explaining to parents what are the cues that get used in your school. There's PAX Quiet, and these are the pictures of the posters that they can also create at home, and what that means. There's PAX Hands, PAX Voices, there's the sticks, the okay, not okay card, and beat the timer. Oops. So these are some really great kernels and cues that can absolutely be used at home as well, which is why you don't see all 10, but we kind of cherry picked some of the things to share with parents that could be useful for them. I think the vision is also a really great one for parents to do. I know that some parents might have house rules, or whether they're written down or not, they might be in their heads. So to really encourage parents to think and see if there's a way to talk about the vision with them, and if they can co-create a vision for home as well. So here's PAX Quiet, what it is, which is a really great thing to share with parents, and they can always get a harmonica at the dollar store or whatnot, or Amazon, depending on who they are, and what their preferences are. But PAX Quiet can be used to quiet a class, get children's attention, and get them ready for learning. It's a signal that has two fingers in the like a short note on the harmonica, or other pleasant sounds. Really low, ending on the low note, is that trauma-informed care piece, as it, the lower note regulates the system a little bit better than a high-pitched note. And then children earn recognition for a quick response. What are the benefits? It reduces transition time from one task to the next, from minutes to seconds. So it can provide up to an hour of more teaching and learning happening in the classroom. Then there's PAX Hands and Feet. There's one of our favorite posters where kids actually added their hands to the PAX Hands poster. PAX Hands and Feet are the ways that kids choose to act appropriately with their body parts. hands to their self instead of pushing, hands to their side, just being good with our limbs in a good way. Students brainstorm ways that their hands and feet can be used positively and to recognize praise when they, and to get recognized with praise when they do so. So the benefits are obviously reducing pushing and shoving and running in the halls and any injuries that might happen along the way as well. I love the screenshots that happen. Also fighting, taunting, teasing, and bullying. So, we know that PAX hands never hurt. It's on the poster there, and just reiterating how folks can use their hands and feet in a good, kind way. Then there's, of course, PAX Voices. The benefit, or what is it? PAX Voices is the level of voice children should use during the certain activities in certain locations of the school. 0-inch voice, no talking, hand signal is a 0. And then 3-inch voice, barely louder than a whisper, hand signal is those 3 fingers. 3-foot voice extends your hand out. So it's a little bit louder, normal conversation, but not so loud that the whole class can hear. So kind of table talk. A 3-foot voice can happen during like a meal or in the cafeteria. 10-foot for stage voice, right, which is that palms of hands extend out of the body. So when they're talking to the whole class. And the benefits is that children can improve their ability to hear lessons, improve chances that children understand instructions, reduce noise and distractions, and improve respect and calm. This is also a huge self-regulation piece, going back to that part of the slides is like, okay, if I can learn the different contexts in which I could use these different voices and monitor that, I am truly self-regulating. Uh-oh, I think there's more here. Helps children with learning disabilities concentrate better as well. And then sharing PAX sticks. Here we have James Taylor being pulled on the app. PAX sticks are craft sticks that children's names are on. They are kept in a cup or in the teacher's pocket. Teacher randomly pulls out a stick and asks the child whose name appears on the stick to answer a question. The benefits are that it increases participation and attention across the school, across the classroom, decreases disruptions, increases perceived fairness as well. There's like a healthy anxiety in PAX sticks that happens, so that we could be like, is it going to be me? What's my answer going to be? I better pay attention if it is me who's called. So that healthy anxiety piece comes into play here. Then we have the okay, not okay card. So spleams are not okay, and go PAX are okay are the 2 signs on the card. They could be placed on the student's desk or on the wall in the classroom, and tapping on the signals allows the teacher to signal positive and negative behavior without interrupting learning or activities or using their voice at all during class to do any praise or behavior correction. This nonverbal cue is really helpful for keeping class time going. Adults praise and recognize students for obeying stop and go signs. The benefits are, again, reducing disruptions in the classroom, keeps the flow of instruction going pretty smoothly, more respectful for adults and students, keeps the pace of instruction going for better learning. Sorry, did someone need to take that picture again? I kind of went fast there. Okay. This is a really great one that I love to tell parents, beat the timer, because I think it's really useful at home when getting ready for bed or dinner or whatever tasks need to happen at home. Beat the timer is a great tool for parents. So educating them on beat the timer is an awesome idea. So beat the timer is a powerful strategy to increase the accuracy and speed of task completion. The teacher sets a timer for a short period of time. Children attempt to complete a task before the timer goes off. Adults will praise and recognize students for beating the timer, and the benefits are less downtime or dawdlings so that more instruction can happen, fewer disruptions, better accuracy, makes mundane tasks more fun. That's for sure. Reduces arguments and stress. One of the big things that I was talking about on our Forgotten Elements call yesterday, I think that was that sometimes with Beat the Timer, teachers often forget to have that kind of like really playful encouragement happen, like, oh, I don't know if we can do it in 30 seconds. And that really engages students on another level of like, yes, we can, and I will show you. And there's that kind of real excitement spark for students. So I think using this particular one at home is a really great idea. So those are some of the pieces to share with parents as they come to parent. I want to also point out, let's start here. Let's start with reproducibles. All of you should have access to this via our website, as well as I think the resources on the actual goodbehaviorgame.org website. It's quite a document, 89 pages long, but there's really great information on here to share with parents. So you can see that the first few pages are these little letters about what is the good behavior game. So it goes through some frequently asked questions about it that you could share with parents, a little bit of data, and then explainers. This is what the good behavior game is. You guys hearing me okay? I just got to pop up that my internet connection is unstable. You guys? It goes over the kernels and cues. Cool. It goes over the kernels and cues we just talked about in the next letter, and then it talks about Toodle notes and a really great thing to possibly do is print these out and periodically send them home as you're working on certain things with your students. It's like, okay, well, we're working on Toodle notes. I'm going to send this home with my kids so the parents can read a little bit about what we're doing at school about Toodles. And then, of course, I'm hoping you guys have seen this, my wonderful PAX School packet for parents that students can bring home, and we'll go down to that in a second, and tell their parents, teach their parents a little bit about PAX kernels and cues. This talks about the game and what that is. And then, of course, there's lots of really great posters that parents can send home. I'm going to just skip down to the parent packet. So here's the parent packet that you could send home with your students and assign when they should fill out each of these chapters. So it's a note to families, and then they go into creating a space and how to use this book. And then, you get to fill in these blanks with your kiddo. You could even draw in some of these pictures, and you're teaching them about each of the kernels and cues. So this is largely about the vision, as you can see, and you're just really helping the parent become a little more involved in the PAX that is happening at school to bring it home. And so then there's like little family activities where you get to interview and ask questions about the vision. And it goes through I think it goes through all the kernels, but I can't quite remember that right now. But there's quite a few pages in here, and lots of little activities, and of course,
Michelle,
kids are encouraged to color. Yeah.
we have a large group of Spanish speakers at McCormick. Is this in Spanish?
Yeah, I think that there is a Spanish version. That is a great question. I wonder if it's in the reproducibles at this point or not, because it might not be.
Okay.
But I know email the powers that be at Paxis and try to get a Spanish version to that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there is.
I feel like I've seen one before, just don't know where. So I think that's a great idea to email them.
Yeah, I know there is one. I don't know where it is either. Where it is in the
And
I'll look
I sent a link on the chat for all the notes home to parents. That's in a document already on the parent on the PAX Partner site. So you can just click that and you have all those letters already for when you're ready to send them out.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I was thinking, oh, we should make that for them, for all the partners, and then but it's already there.
Yay. Yeah, so there's the reproducibles offer some really great resources for parents, of course, teachers and partners as well. So I'm just gonna go back to like 20 of the reproducible. So again, you could send the reproducibles or direct some folks to the reproducibles in terms of parents, so that they can use some of this at home as well. It has all the vision pieces and Granny's Wacky Prizes and talks about all that. So again, it's like 90 pages of really good stuff. So then next, I'm sorry, I'm gonna close the door. So then the next thing I want to cover is this newsletter that recently came out from Paxis Institute. I'm hoping that everyone received it, and if you didn't, please do email us so we can make sure you're on their email list correctly. But during this difficult time, Jeanette, who creates these newsletters, did a really beautiful job of talking to us about what can be done at home in terms of keeping PAX going. Paxis Institute is also doing these live weekly chats. If you ever want to talk to a trainer, feel free to do that. But the calendar, I don't know if you guys have seen all the lovely calendars Jeanette creates, but this one's for April. It's a really fun thing to do and keep little PAX things going every day. You could send these home and have your parents do some of these with the kiddos just to keep PAX going. I love these calendars. I think they're really great. We're going to kind of try and highlight them a little more this coming month in particular, when we all really need a little more PAX. And some of these can really be done quite well through virtual means. So then back to the newsletter. There's this thing called PAX Tools for the Home. So this is a training that is relatively new, although not that too new, that Paxis offers for people in the community, parents of students who go to work, go to school, go to PAX schools. This is a really great practice that is, I think there is a kind of day-long training. It might be a little bit shorter than the day-long training that people in the community can participate in. So this newsletter really talks about PAX tools and how they could be used outside of the classroom. It talks about the vision and obviously Granny's Wacky Prizes or PAX breaks, and using perceived fairness in different ways, such as the pulling sticks for chores, that kind of stuff. But there is a actual YouTube video that Ohio did a really lovely job creating. So I want to share that with you. This is Carmen. She's one of our trainers from Paxis Institute and from Ohio. And I'm actually starting to follow this YouTube channel, the Union County Mental Health and Recovery Board. You can subscribe to their channel and you can see there's 10 videos that you can share with your parents. Just about, I think the longest one is the first one, it's 4 minutes, and the others are around two or three. And it really talks about the tools that they can learn at home and utilize at home for this very new way of doing PAX and needing it to reach homes during this time. So it really explains a lot about what PAX is and how parents can use it in the community. So that's in the newsletter. If you want help with finding that, we can also help you do that. And then there's, Granny's Wacky Prizes at home. How can you create some meaningful prizes for your kiddos at home? And there's some examples there: a song session, a dance party, balance break. You could download the Wacky Prizes. There's more than just that. And then to hook your parents into the PAX Tools app. This is free and available to anyone. They can download it on their phone if they have a smartphone. And they could use things like the timer is a option on there. And so they can be doing things that are very PAX at home. And then there's really fun virtual toodles during this time. These are some templates you can use to make that happen. I don't know. And then Jeanette did a really beautiful job of talking to our teachers about how to make sure that they take care of themselves. So if your teachers aren't getting this, or even if they are, I would suggest forwarding this on just so they can share this good information. You could share this good information with them about how to care for themselves, but also they could share a lot of this information with their parents about keeping PAX going while they're at home, while students are at home. That is all I want to share.